Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tyrant but Deadly. This is Paint Party 3, because we just finished Book 3.
Woo! Reaction.
Wow, Kevin. Good one. Now, if you're coming in from our latest episode, which you should be, because skipping it probably is not going to be helpful for this heavily spoilered episode here.
Super unimportant. Just skip right past it.
Kate's not with us. She has moved away a distance and is very busy with opening a new restaurant, so she's not here. It is just four of us now, because Clay is also not here.
Oh no! Oh no! It's not a paint party. It's not a paint party without me breaking a mini.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What did you break?
It was the plastic one. It was the one I got at Gen Con. Like, I was painting, and I've been trying not to grab onto the head of the battle axe, and the head of the battle axe fell.
Kevin.
It's okay. He's just got like a lightsaber now.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's also, if you look at my setup, it is very difficult right now for me to paint.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best, guys.
But as is standard for these paint parties, we got some questions about the season to talk to the players about and see how things went. And kind of did them in like order this time. Usually I just kind of randomize some questions on there and throw them out, but based on the layout of the book and how all the stuff went, I kind of just decided to order the questions by event, so to speak, and then with some more generalized questions later on. So to keep in line with that, we can start off with question number 1. What are your thoughts and feelings about your deific gift upgrades? I don't know who wants to start here.
David can start. I didn't use my gift nearly enough, like my upgrade, because I didn't tap into my barbarian stuff very much at all in the combats.
Listeners, what's your deific gift?
My deific gift.
And for Kevin, because I don't know.
My deific gift is my barbarian dedication.
Oh, the rage?
That's right? I'm not crazy.
You had rage.
Yeah.
It would have been an upgrade to the rage.
Yeah. But the other thing I got made it so that I had more HP to me.
Well, the one you have lets you get bonus HP for everything every one of those archetype
feats?
or dedication feats that you take.
Yeah, cool. So it's not really something we would see anyways.
Yeah, it's a passive thing, but
no, because it's still a dedication feat.
Yeah, but we wouldn't see it because it's just more hit.
There's still would have been something he got.
I thought it was just getting more hit.
I thought it was just
one of the early ones he gets, or one of the earlier ones he got, gave him additional hit points for each one that he took.
Oh, I got you.
Now I can't remember my character sheet.
How is that different from any other week?
Damn, shots fired.
You have Stunning Fist.
That's been there from the beginning, Mike.
I know. Because I can't remember his character sheet. On him.
Jay, would you like me to go since Dave's a bitch and didn't know what to say?
Well, I mean, you can go because he said someone else move on while I look this up.
Thoughts about my deific gift upgrades. I want to be clear first by saying that I have used it for more than arrows, and I love the dedication. That is a shout out to Jay so that he doesn't think I'm just complaining. It allows me to be helpful in non-combat situations, which is cool. Because of the current situation, it feels like a little joke on me because the first 2 books, I didn't have any arrows, so this would have been really helpful. And then the first 2 weeks of this book, I made 500 arrows, so I didn't need it. So it was like, it would have been nice if I had it at like the start. But again, that's why I said that whole stuff before about it being cool that I can do stuff non-combat. And then I said here, I do, however, see that it might be useful in the future if we are put in a situation where no arrows are available, like on the run or in like undead territory where there's no shops and shit. And that's why I love it, is because I can use it not in combat to make stuff that we need, but also arrows if I need to. The end. Go ahead, Mike.
I like mine. I got a armor upgrade, which I can basically pick an armor, bond with it, summon it at the start of initiative for free with my weapon.
You have to use an action for it, though.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh, it's not a
free
real
action.
action.
Boom, it's a real action.
It's a free action. Counts
Your
as
mom's
nothing.
a free action. Oh, that actually made sense.
Yeah, you're stupid. And it gives me fast healing, which is useful because I'm always in the thick of combat. And
When you do the special manifest.
yeah, I'm always getting hit and taking hits for these chumps.
I would like to request the brownest of brown. Actually, like a wood brown, actually.
I have specifically... Oh,
Or like a belt and boots. Like a leather brown, if you
I actually have a leather brown, yes. Not sponsored, but love war paints. And there are multiple lines. David?
All I found was my barbarian resiliency, unless I'm crazy. But, like, that's the only...
Maybe it may have been that, but and then you took a barbarian feat yourself, which increased it, perhaps? Because I think you also took a barbarian feat when you had to level up in there as well.
I think next time I level up, I might be able to get access to that. But I'm pretty sure it was just my barbarian resiliency. Because next time I want to get the thing that lets me rage and have my moment of clarity or whatever.
Yeah. It's literally called Moment of Clarity, yeah. Or that's what it was
I
called.
think I just had the barbarian resiliency.
That might have been what it was. I think you took another barbarian feat somewhere in there on your own, though. And that is... It basically extra boosted your resiliency because it gives you the extra points every time you take a barbarian dedication feat. But moving on. All right, second question. Standout moments or features of the investigation. The investigation includes basically everything where you're looking for the evidence to give to the dignitaries.
I loved meeting the trash monsters.
The Odiugs?
The Odiugs, the king
That was mostly after, honestly.
Yeah.
After the investigation.
I still counted as part of it. Because we were still doing some... Because we hadn't, like,
I guess
completely
you technically
finished.
met the first one when you're still at the location.
Yeah.
Where you got the last piece of evidence, maybe.
And then we did some stuff, and then we went back, and we were like, hey, this is it. They were just really cool. They were nice. They were kind of just like a weird throw-in. It was like when like a random person shows up on a show that's like, I'm cool for this episode, and everybody knows me, but I'm here for like 3 minutes.
Oh, a cameo.
That's the word.
There you go.
Cameo.
I knew you were looking. Mike, you want to go?
I put the burning building because the bucket brigade was useless and funny to me.
The burning building.
I think it was a shop technically, but
It was a whole building.
yeah.
It was
shops
a shop.
can be buildings.
Yeah.
by the
Sure.
way.
Yeah, that was hilarious to me.
All right, I guess I will undo my lighting.
Ooh, that fire giant orange is not going to work out. It does not go on that black all that well. It's not showing up on the black all that well.
Oh.
I will go now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Standout moment, Chaser making Gandry flip out, and then the next day we are talking to another speaker, and she's like, yeah, Gandry has been down lately as someone gave him terrible news, and Rosman blurted, Chaser, that was you. And then he arrested himself because of Chaser. That was the first part. I also, features of the investigation, I put that the fights and encounters were all unique, and there were moments where everyone shined. We had the tight hallway fight at the way station, and Kazuma stubbornly going toe-to-toe with the big dude. We had a ranged battle ambush early. Helda and I shined as ranged characters. Later, Chaser shined with his climbing and getting hit abilities. Organa had her cool stuff happen.
Hit abilities.
Like to take the hits. Oh, back when I was a pincushion?
Yeah, pincushion. Organa had her cool stuff, and Mike fought the concept of a gate. There was a hazardous environment fight, which was cool. Rosman and Chaser using resistance, Kazuma not summoning his armor and weapons till later, and Heldacia asking questions and using message. And there were a lot of diplomacy skill checks. We don't usually see that kind of stuff. So
I don't usually do that kind of stuff either.
Yeah. So yeah, but I just thought that this part of the book had like pretty much something for everybody.
I just like how personally the investigation made you do more than just walk around killing things.
It was very nice. It was a nice change of pace.
I'm not putting out any more fucking fires.
Had to throw a little, you think.
When that should burn from now on.
Had to throw some RP scenarios out there at you.
They don't need it. They the bucket brigades. They don't need us.
Yeah. You're so dumb.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I just want you to know, bucket brigades are very useful.
Yeah, they did so much work.
They did once you got rid of the fire elemental that was keeping the place burning. You fucking idiot. Which investigation encounter/location was your favorite, stood out most for you?
Ooh, I enjoyed Kazuma not caring all that much at first when a man was hanging off of a building.
Not caring?
Yeah. He was like there, and then Rosman was trying to like get him knocked down, and Kazuma's just like, okay. Mike just wasn't role-playing into it, like, oh no, my comrade, he's up there, I have to get him down, let me hurry up, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh no,
he's just like,
this guy I know.
He's just like letting him just like hang there, and then we're like, oh, maybe he's alive, and he's like, yeah, whatever. But also that the fights there were fun. To be like between multiple rooms, and at any given point, someone could have just like dropped. Oh, and Cosmo blocking a door so none of us could do anything or get anywhere.
It was a stairwell.
Sorry. And we also like couldn't help, and he was like, I don't want us to abandon the fight and everything. Like, just back up for 2 seconds. That'd be fine. You're not abandoning
the battle.
it.
I can't leave the battle. Haven't made that abundantly clear.
Over the previous 2 books.
Get good.
Next.
The ambush. Chaser was a pincushion. Mike didn't know what a gate was. Heldecia used Blood Vendetta, which was cool. Organa's cool stuff. My jumping strike with the hero point card. And most importantly, Jay role-playing as Kilbrant, where she got to see all of that cool stuff and was just like, what the fuck are you? And it's cool to see in combat Jay roleplay, because usually he just plays the monsters, if that makes sense.
So for the question of which stood out most, you decided to list a bunch of them.
So you did for the last question too.
That was the encounter, one encounter. The previous were just examples of my previous point of that everything seemed like it was unique. Also, it's the way I'm answering the questions. Don't judge me.
I guess up to me then. I put the shop again because it was pretty cool to have the added hazard
you
of
already
the.
said that for the previous question.
No, you said multiple things for the same question, which is why I was making fun of you. The added environmental hazard of the building falling apart was cool, and not exactly knowing where we were supposed to go, what we were supposed to do. It wasn't just as cut and dry as go here, find this, kill it. And we were trying to keep other people safe and trying to come up with more clever ways than just setting off a trap over and over and over and over again to put the fire out and save everyone.
It was fun getting to use
That sounds like a shot.
like fire resistance abilities.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never
fight that thing.
Only a shot if it matters to you.
I pried a door
Doesn't
open
matter.
there, right? I rolled like really high to like yank a door open to get the guy out.
Yeah, the steel door that was sealed that the creature was trying to burn through. I found out afterward too how to would have been super helpful when it was happening, but found out the way to actually do multiple damage types in Foundry now. When you were getting dropped on and taking like the fire and bludgeoning damage, and I couldn't get it to go as a single damage roll, I figured that out now.
Good job.
It was a lot of trial and error.
You're gonna have to teach Kevin now
Teach him what?
how to do that, because Kevin's gonna be
Oh.
running games.
Had a Dougie.
Well, generally, there's not a lot of things that have multiple damage types like that
General damage
that
types.
aren't already built into the system. All right, so standout moments, features of the readout of the Red Crusader.
I liked the dragon on the bridge. He was fantastic, but I also liked when we were exploring and could see flashes of like the previous events happening, of like the horsemen like running through town, letting everybody know what was going on, and like seeing glimpses of the past.
Oh, the haunt.
And the haunt and connecting with all of it there. I thought that was really cool.
Dondon, and how everyone accepted him as an ally, and how almost all of us used some of our resources to try to save him, and the end fight with Kyoto. That's not what it is.
No,
That's what I have
Kyoji.
written. Kyoji, that end fight
The fight
in
with the
general.
entirety of Kyoto.
Yeah, apparently I wrote multiple because it says standout moments. So Cosma and Chaser's Transcendence, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I think it's cool that we introduced a new mechanic that Jay was working on. And it was coincidentally triggered by one of my favorite moments, Organa killing Cosma.
Didn't Chaser have the first Transcendence?
Yeah, that's why I said Chaser and Cosma.
No?
It was Cosmo that had it first.
Did he?
And then Chaser got it.
Mm.
Because people kept dropping, and Chaser did like the wholeness of body afterwards.
Oh,
and
yeah.
part of
'cause
that was
Clay,
bringing Cosmo back
Clay
up.
did Grim Tendrils and fucking killed Cosmo.
Yep.
My favorite moment I put was fighting my brother-in-law and the hopelessness of trying to save him, since Konami's words were like hinting that there may be a way to do that, which I guess meant after death. But and seeing her again, her saving me after I got lit up,
Saving you how?
came back ish from the spirit
And
realm.
who else did something to help with that and got the guy stunned for some rounds?
Oh, I thought you were talking about how I bought the fucking amulet, the locket that gave him the bonuses.
That's
but
what
no,
I'm talking about.
You went with the stunning that you did.
No, I'm talking about your
It was the
thing.
one time he remembered it.
It
So I'm just
stunned Kyoji.
No, it just stopped attack.
No, it stunned him.
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me go. I'm better at stunning things than...
It literally, it stopped his attack by stunning him, basically.
Oh, that's fair.
It took, like,
My apologies
his action
then,
away.
David. I thought you were making that about
I was
you and
actively trying to.
Yeah, I know.
give
Now
you
I feel
kudos.
Yeah, and that's why I feel bad. That's why I apologized. Jay, Mike, you go, right? You're
Nope.
next?
Nope, we're on the next question. We finished that one.
The next question is favorite NPC and why?
Dondon?
Rant and Gandry, my favorite NPC, because I made him have a crisis of self, and he got he arrested himself, and then he reappeared in the one shot and died. So he didn't have to serve out his sentence. So good for him, and he got to redeem himself in the end. But him popping up in the one shot as well.
One might say he permanently served his sentence.
I liked Gandry and Dondon, of course, but also I had beef with Dondon. So
Oh, my turn. I forget his name, but that random knight in the beginning that gave us a bunch of information. He was cool. I'm just kidding. That was Izar, so that's obviously not my answer. I really liked. I liked Dondon too. Just because of like the switch around and stuff. He was good, and then he was bad, and then he was good, and then he was bad. Then he died.
And then he died.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how much resources you spent on that dude. Especially fucking Mike over here, Mr. Hoard my fucking hero point cards.
I was so upset with you at that. Genuinely, just like, oh yeah, for the NPC, you'll use it.
It was the boss fight. It was the moment.
Also, that NPC was more useful than you.
Everyone's more useful than me.
That is correct.
Because me then, I chose Kyoji, strangely enough. I thought it was a well-built character and like a counter to me, which was interesting, and the fight was fun. I like how it kind of fucked with the party at times, too. It was a good time. For Mike, not for Cosmo. It was a bad time for him. But he did get some closure. That's the word.
Man, we're just flying through this. I mean, with two of the people not here, it makes it a lot easier.
I was going to say it, but I felt bad like if I was going to say it, but you said it, so I agree.
Next question is, how about that special? Now, before we get into that, I remember posting this question before we actually did the special, and people were like, what does that question mean? I got a little anxious, it sounded like.
I love the special, specifically because I was way more useful as a level 1 character than I was as Chaser. But honestly, it was really cool to get to play out that storyline of not being the heroes that were saving everything, but like more of the everyday people who were kind of just like tossed into this unexpectedly and had to like step up to the plate and protect and save as many people as they could in their own small way, but knew that they wouldn't be able to stop everything. It was a fun thing to play around with, but also I was very useful. So it was fun. I liked it. And then hearing about us again in our last 2 episodes.
Another quick interjection in case it wasn't clear, that was not part of the written adventure. That was something that I put together to basically show what had happened while your main characters were still underground, to kind of close the gap of what the fuck.
I appreciated it.
Fucking amazing. The special was fucking amazing, Jay. I got to play Izar again, which was cool, but it was
you were so mad.
It was a double-edged sword. Let me get there. Let me cook. It was a double-edged sword because when I played Izar during Plaguestone, I had a backstory that was fun to play. And this was the reason why that backstory was. So being able to play him again was cool. But it was not cool having to basically role play out the trauma that caused him to be who he was. Also, having Gandry redeem himself was a very nice touch. Kudos.
I really enjoyed this special. It was cool to play as a different character and not have to be such a stick in the mud all the time like Cosmo can be due to the, antics of the party.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
That you all be acting like children.
Graves.
And being criminals.
I don't think I did one thing that was illegal.
Your briberies?
I didn't actually bribe anyone. Usually you need, you get something out of it. I just gave people money and called them bribe.
And I enjoyed being able to bring in some of the stuff, give you guys a bit of a teaser of what was to come with the Haunting Dark, the fucking flying creature there. And I actually managed to get a little bit of a similar scene to what I had to end up cutting out from the final episode because of time constraints. So I was able to adjust that in there a little bit also. Yeah, just being able to throw in like some of the newer classes and such to give people a chance to fuck around with some stuff that they weren't used to playing. But it took me a bit to even figure out what to do with the special. I'm sure you guys remember when I asked about like just different ideas and such, because I knew episode 100 was coming, and I think this was probably when we were in 70s or 80s somewhere, and I didn't know really what to do with it. I thought about like, oh, well, we can go back to day 1 in the town, but that wouldn't really require anything happening per se, like any kind of encounters or anything, because it was just a day of, hey, this Duskwalker was born in our city, let's show him around and like have a feast and all this other kind of shit, and then everybody died. So there wasn't really anything to do with that per se.
Yeah.
I also considered going back and like making pseudo one-shots for people, like their own specific character histories, like stuff going on, like having Cosmo like actually be able to play the scene where Economy died, and having like some of the other stuff with like interactions between like Chaser and Organa with their crime related things But then at that point, it's like, well, that leaves Kevin without a character because his character was literally born on the first day of the adventure. So there is no backstory for him to play without actually spoiling anything because he's keep trying to find out who his parents are.
Put on plays one of his previous lives.
That would be if I have.
That would be the
previous lives.
spoiler.
Yeah, that Mike. Jot that down, as you would say.
And I actually reached out to some of our friend podcasts to try to get some ideas also. That's what I should have done. I should have painted this blade white and then went over it with the other stuff. Luckily, I can still do that because that's how painting works.
Is it still drying?
No, it's dry. It does not look like that lava orange at all, really. It looks like slightly shaded black
When the
light is strong enough,
It
yeah.
looks like red black steel.
Yeah. This is Fumarole, Zephyrus' sister.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is she
Part 2 of the quadricep.
not a full-blooded sister, or
No, they're all half elf, half John. So like he's part sylph, the air ones. She's part I don't remember what basically an Ifrit type one. She's fire, which is where her name comes from. A Fumarole. Fumarole are the little vents on the side of a volcano. Why do you know that? Fucking Mike.
why do you know that?
All right, so next question. Standout moments features of the Fall of Vigil, which basically covers like everything post special.
I enjoyed gathering up people as we went through a little bit when we were in the special, and then like for the rest of everything, like looking out for people along the way, getting to the church and seeing the aftermath of our people from the special, like, oh, they got people out on the boats and everything. It was nice to hear that. And then just fucking off being separate while Rosvin starts getting fucked up by Cedo. And just being like, oh, this is like totally fine. And like, I don't know what's happening yet. Like, we were in a different room and now we're just like fighting this badass girl who's just like killing him in one hit.
It was like 3.
But also, of course, Mike finally role playing to a proper degree in like a big moment was very nice.
What was that?
No clue.
Oh, you don't know when he role played, but it was just one of your points.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair is a strong word.
Added that question after I did the questionnaire, so I didn't have that prepared.
Well, I added questions after we finished.
Yeah.
Because I was adding questions as we went along.
I'm gonna make this on the fly. After
Told you didn't answer all the questions.
I liked standing up to Cedo after she was a bitch to us all day long, or all week long, or whatever. Stood my ground. I think I did decent role playing there. Jay knows about it, but not many people would.
Do you mean Jay telling you to start a fight with Cedo?
No.
I did not tell him to start a fight with Cedo.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of I got along, and that kind of swayed me one way to another deity, and then I basically role played Cedo as if I was a follower of that deity, and I was proud of myself for that. That's it.
What was the name of the flying creature? Was it Living Death?
Haunting Dark.
Haunting Dark. Wow. Well, that was a magic card. That was my favorite moment. Was that whole encounter and me finally getting some spotlight moments to steal from Kevin for once. Rolling that.
You've had like 4 spotlight moments because people from your past
You
keep
had
coming
literally
up.
2 characters created, two boss fights created for your character.
And rolling that big old fat natty daddy on him.
2 boss fights altered for his character.
Okay.
Still.
Okay, sorry.
And using the bolt that was blessed by my god. It was fucking cool as shit.
I just want to make sure we're being clear here. The boss
Yes.
fights already existed.
Yeah. My apologies. I
Jot that down.
recant my statement and change it to boss fights altered for his character.
Yeah, Chaser had like 1 fight with his childhood best friend that he cut in half, and then that's all he had. Well, and the cart, but that's not like a big moment.
I don't know, finding how your parents died. Or finding out that your parents died and that woman had your cart. That's
I mean,
big.
everybody's parents kind of died
I
there.
have a silver or like a metal. Silver, gray,
We have
silver.
a silver.
Plate mail metal.
Yes.
So clearly not all the questions were looked at because one of the questions specifically is about the Cedo fight. So
They were looked at. However,
it was specifically about the Cedo fight.
it was what did we think about the Cedo fight? It was like, so that Cedo fight or something
Oh
like
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I saw that. I have a statement.
Because it's like the standout moments for the Fall of Vigil, but the Cedo fight I specified.
it was really fucking cool. That's it.
Okay.
If you could tell, I didn't actually have anything written down.
Kind of piece that together.
Thanks.
I still, well, different thoughts on the Ceto fight. Mentioned it as part of the good things. I didn't expect her to be so strong. I'm glad that we didn't see the full fight that it was supposed to be. I think it, again, hilarious that Kevin got his shit rocked by her and she was doing massive amounts of damage with hits. I also still think it's interesting that she was resistant to the force damage of my key strike.
I think it was her barbarian spirit or instinct gave her that resistance.
It was also cool going up against another barbarian, although my rage was way less effectful.
You were also way less level than her. But yeah, that fight was supposed to be much harder. Like those ghosts that were talking to her were actually supposed to take part in the combat.
Yeah, we would have been screwed.
Especially with the party split. Because chances are with the ghost being active, like Kevin or Rosvin was almost down already just after that first round. There's a good possibility round one of you, probably Rosvin, would have been downed before Chaser even got there. And then it would have been 3 against 3 again, with them being more powerful. And it was a long time before Cosma got there. It was like another round or 2. So that would have been a very, very bad fight. That might have been like a someone goes all in type of fight in order to keep that going at that point. And actually, it was that fight that transcended 2 people, right?
And me.
Helda and Rosvin.
Correct.
Mike, any additional thoughts on the Ceto fight?
It was very difficult, even though I wasn't there for most of it. But was she supposed to? That was the one where that was the fight before it, wasn't it? Where the enemy was already weakened.
That was the one with Iluna in the basement.
Was that part of that, or did you write that in to speed things along? I was curious about that.
Both were actual encounters. The encounter with Iluna has basically, it still starts with her getting like stabbed and thrown into the trap.
Yeah.
And the demon, I don't remember which one it is. The fiend that was there is supposed to be at full health.
I had a feeling.
And there's other enemies that are there also.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
I had a feeling as we dropped in.
She is way, or he was way stronger than her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we dropped him in one round, 2 people acting.
Yeah, I took out probably.
I don't think Chaser even got an attempt at hitting him.
75% of his hit points. I think I took down. And honestly, that wasn't even supposed to be one of the combats you did. I originally, when I made the changes, had that set up as a cinematic encounter where basically they were kind of going to like finish each other off, so to speak, and she was still going to get thrown in the thing, but like be dying. You're basically going to have to get to her to save her before she bled out. But they were going to end up like basically she was going to end up taking the guy out. But you guys bypassed the Ceto encounter, which you were supposed to do before going down there. So I'm like, well, fuck, I better do something here because, here's the thing. So I'm like, okay, she still goes in there, put her at like fucking 1 hit point or whatever, 8 hit points, whatever the fuck I gave her. And I dropped him down, like I said, like 75% of his health and just removed the other monster altogether that was in there.
I like how that was supposed to be right before another really hard fight.
Well, dude, like the whole last chapter of the book is supposed to be super fucking hard to show you that you do not stand a chance at saving Vigil. The best you can hope for is escaping with as many people alive as possible, and you will have to fucking work for it.
And we did.
Yeah, I mean, you still did, I guess, have to work for it, but yeah, and actually, I don't even have the one encounter in there. I didn't even mark it down specifically, but I guess since I'm remembering it here now, we can just go on to that. The fight with the Haunting Dark. What are your thoughts about that then?
I'm pissed.
You're pissed?
I'm pissed.
Oh, because you're fucking
because I tried
cool
to do my super fucking cool thing where nobody was near me and I could like go crazy with it, and I rolled shit. It took like 7 damage at the end.
Yeah, it was pretty piddling.
It was a cool moment, Chaser David.
Even if I had rolled like decently well, I wouldn't have had enough damage to kill it. But because I did that, Organa did do enough damage to take it down. But
it's true. Like,
it would have been nice if I had done more damage or just
enough
hit
damage too.
I already discussed it because that was my favorite moment.
Kev?
I shot it with an arrow. Not the fancy arrow, but it was an
there
arrow.
we go, on a fancy arrow again.
I was role-playing my character. I can't wait for the episode of Gas about that so that we can discuss it, because that's all I was doing. Some might claim other stuff, like scene stealing or spotlight stealing, but I was just playing my character. It was cool. I like how you did it. I like the lead up with the fucking book that Chaser almost went crazy, or could have gone crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of was it Iluna?
No, Iluna was downstairs. It was Helio. Vina Heliu.
Yeah, kind of sucks. I think
Where's-
she was a cool character.
Where's that platinum white
I have that.
Titanium white?
or titanium white? I'm gonna paint over that blade so I can actually get my orange on there like I want to.
I need one last color.
These acrylics are really thick.
Oh, since it's my favorite, did you leave favorite moment overall? Okay. That is a question though. You left that, correct? Well, I wanted to say my favorite moment because it's a part of the haunting darkness or whatever, but it's my favorite moment, so I'll just wait for that. I know it's not Lent, but I'm going to make a Lent thing where for the next 40 days, I'm going to try harder to be nicer to David. You're welcome. Yeah.
We're not even in the gas anymore, Kevin.
I'm giving up calling you a stupid bitch. I mean, unless it happens, and then I have to, but I'll feel really bad about it. I mean, you missed a great opportunity for flanking in a very important fight.
I forgot that it was a thing where you could just stand over someone. And because we're like not minis that are like knocked down and it's just like on the screen, I'm like, okay, he's there. And I just went to the other spot.
David.
Yeah.
Can I have that other brown? Because I decided I didn't like that one.
All right, so thoughts about wrapping up the final 2 episodes. And I say here that'll give some more insight. So because of Kate having to leave and wanting to finish the book on a decent note without having like any weird kind of shit where she disappears randomly in the middle of a book, basically worked to get it so that she'd be able to finish out things. So I would cut down something like 8 to 10 encounters and about as many episodes or so into 2 episodes and like 2.5-ish encounters. So there's the encounter with Cedo.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that was there. That's one I felt because of how her being a bitch to you guys throughout the whole thing, that was like a kind of sort of like a gift to the party of like, hey, you guys can get your get back against this person for being a bitch to you. There's an encounter that happens or that potentially happens in the room with the secret door, but it only happens if you guys are fucking jackasses, pieces of shit. So
I hate when we're jack offices.
I was assuming that one wasn't going to happen anyway, because there were at least 2 people in the party who would have prevented the thing happening that needed to happen in order to trigger that encounter.
Tell us what, like
Fucking with like the skulls and the bone dust.
Oh yeah, there's 2. I would have followed Organa because Organa
would have stopped someone from doing it,
and I would have followed suited because it was
Cosmo would have stopped someone from doing it.
I probably would have went along with the. I would have went with the stopping too, because as much as I.
Well, the thing is, with you being you might have been the one who needed to be stopped.
Oh yeah, because I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah, that's fair. So I would have stopped once they mentioned it. So I would have been all cool.
I actually had a plan of, if you went to do it or if anyone went to do it, that I was going to like cinematically have Seraphim show up in Organa's hand without her even knowing it was there.
I was just thinking that.
At the person's throat.
Because it's
like just at their throat, stopping them from doing it.
Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't mess with these skulls.
Like a ultra instinct almost. Organa just pulls the scythe without even knowing, and it's at someone's throat. In my brain view, I'm like, that would be a fucking cool scene if it gets to that.
I agree.
I kind of wish we had let it get to that.
But hey, we here at Call Shots Entertainment are all about missing scenes that could be cool.
Bruh. Bruh.
What?
Not fucking cool.
And then there was the fight in the basement where you have to save Iluna with it was a slaver demon. That's what it was. The slaver demon, the Calavacus, and there's like floating skull head things that are there also that fight on his side, basically. And there is the thing, which I don't think it came up, like the knowledge check was made, but it didn't matter because you guys basically took him out fast enough. But if a slaver demon witnesses someone get freed, it like fucking basically puts a bunch of debuffs on him. So if someone had gone over there and pulled Iluna out of that trap, he would have witnessed it and taken a huge amount of debuffs to himself for seeing it. Basically, all demons are tied to like different sins and shit like that, and things that oppose their sins are anathema to them to the point that it fucks them up. So it would have made him like clumsy 2 and some other shit. Like it would have been like heavy debuff.
I was planning on it, but he died before I could act.
Yes. And you would have been the one fast enough to do it too.
I'm officially saying I think this might be my best work.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm actually really proud of it. Yeah. Check out that belt. That's my favorite part. Yeah. Also, Jay knows what that mini is and what it's supposed to be, like color-wise. Getting pretty good, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
That's what like 2 hours of Gen Con does. I combined it all.
So beyond that, there's another fight that happens when you leave the bell tower in the church to go to the ballista tower. It's just with some like weird ass creature thing. I just removed it completely because it was kind of useless.
Completely
Hard relate.
It's remove him.
It was basically just another one to show like, oh, this shit's dangerous type deal. But aside from that, it was
Useless.
well, yeah,
Filler. Mike hates filler.
kind of, sort of. It was. It's like just some shadow creature that's there. Basically, just again more dangerous shit. Skipped over that. Just got you guys over there. And then there's like the tower is supposed to be just in the tower, kind of to fight the haunting dark. There's not really a landing zone for it. The whole crashing out of the sky thing is something that I added also.
Chill GM of you.
Useful GM of you. I wouldn't have been able to hit it with shit.
Well, I wanted to give the rest of you a chance to actually fight it also, which the only people who would have been able to would be ones who had ranged weapons.
I mean, we could have just like found ballista and I could have used all my actions to load it up. It needs like 6 or 7 to load it up though, right?
I think he said
it's like 2 actions, I think, 2 or 3 actions, but there's like people there that like there's a team of Pathfinders that are there and they assist you with.
Is that like companion roles? You give one of your actions to give them to.
No, it's just automatic.
Oh, they just do. Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Though.
They just load it up basically for you to do that stuff. It's basically you get your one shot off with that, and then other people are supposed to use ranged weapons, and someone's supposed to keep using the ballista against it type deal. But I felt it was a better option to drop it to the ground, especially with how much damage was done to it.
It made sense.
Yeah, and then it gave you guys on the ground the chance to actually partake in the fight as well, especially since there's other encounters after that I removed also. So that encounter happens, and then y'all escape onto the boat. A Draugr troop comes out of the water and gets on the boat and attacks you while you guys are trying to load the boat up and escape. Were those
the ones we fought in the special?
Troops were, but they weren't Draugr troops.
Okay.
Like I think I had you fight regular Draugrs, like level 2 Draugrs, I think, and then there's the Draugr troops, which are basically just like the giant, like fucking 4x4 square of them and all that.
Oh, I got you.
And then after that, a giant undead snapping turtle also attacks the ship, and it's like this is just at this point, it's just to be like, you need to leave, you need to get the fuck out of here. It's dangerous, bad. Get the fuck out, run, escape. But like I said, in my head, at that point, it was not viable to do that with the time and everything. Yeah. Like it was no good. So I just removed those encounters and basically popped you off back to on the boat leaving. And then of course there was the angel that came down. That's technically book 4. But being what it was and how Helda had the drop about one way or another, I'm leaving Vigil in the arms of an angel, I tied that into that. So either she made it out and was going with the angel-shaped golem, or she was dying and going out in the arms of an angel.
Did she actually make that drop? I don't remember her making that drop.
She did.
Okay.
Because you guys fucking said something about it. She was saying something like a regular sentence, said the lines in there because it was
yeah. I remember her saying the lines, but I don't remember her. Was that the drop?
That was the drop. Yeah.
Oh, that was her saying that with the arms of the angel thing.
Yeah, it was her. The tyrant is free.
Yeah.
It's
something with the Vigil in the arms of the angel, but I didn't hear her saying I'm leaving Vigil one way or the other.
No, the last line of the drop is one way or another, I'm leaving Vigil in the arms of an angel.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
I didn't think it was about her.
Yeah. I thought it was like whoever's been giving her like Heldasia the things to say. Whoever's been saying them through Heldasia, I thought it was her saying that, not Helda saying it.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why I was confused. I was like, hey, you said some weird stuff there. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, something about someone leaving in the arms of the angel. And like, I thought that was like her patron saying that, whoever her patron is.
There also was an angel in the room with the skulls and everything, like the statue or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, yeah, because I mentioned that.
Weird
I saw
that nothing's happening.
I actually
with
saw
that.
your face when I said that. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and then you're like, there's a secret passage. And I'm like, it's going to be the angel. Going to be the angel. And it wasn't.
But yeah, that's...
Did you have a question?
the question is, like, what are your thoughts about dropping all that down into a 2-episode thing, basically? And I wanted to give context before getting the answers.
I wanted to make sure
the
that
stuff
I heard
that was
that
cut
right,
and
that
everything.
there was a question. I have an answer for that question.
Okay.
First of all.
So, my answer.
All right, yeah, go ahead, David. Well, we go around the table, so it's just right that you would go first.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I said I was going to tell you this earlier at dinner.
Yes.
I kind of liked it because things did feel rushed in the sense like the timeline was really
You
short.
Son of a bitch. You interrupted me to go first to say what I was going to say, you fucking dick.
When you tried to steal
All
a spot.
All I did was say it felt
Yeah.
rushed. I didn't finish my thought yet. Kevin, what's your thought?
Are you done? First of all, let me look at Mike's video. Why does it look like a messed up American flag?
Shut up. It's Stars and Stripes from My Hero Academia.
All right, so
Star and Stripe.
first I wanted to say how much I appreciate the work that you put into it, because I know that you took some PTO from work because you needed to like squeeze it in, and there was a lot of work that needed to be done, and I know that it was very heavy on your head and heart, your mind and your heart to do that. So I appreciate that you are willing to sacrifice for us to do that. To take words from David, I liked that you cut a lot of the stuff because I think all of that filler would have made it seem less urgent that we got through and got off the was it an island?
No.
Oh, it was just in the city.
Yeah, there was a river
We
that
just
was
took
there.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we would have sat there and did all these fights that were kind of like, hey, fight these things just because they're here and you need to leave, it would have been too long that we were there, and the sense of urgency would have eventually faded. So it was really cool that we were like, get the needle, Cedo, shoot the ballista, Cosmo specifically, because fuck Rosman, and then fight this thing and then bounce. Like, if we were on the boat and there was another fight, it's like, oh, come on. We already fucking beat the big bad evil of this part. Why are we fighting small minions now? Let's just fucking bounce. So I think it added to the urgency as David stole from me.
If we had a fight on the boat, I would have been fine with it because it's one of those things like
get away.
You think you're getting away and it might be okay,
surprise,
and you realize it's so much worse than you thought. Like,
I think that would have been the only acceptable fight that would have been added to it. I think everything else would have been trivial to build the suspense, but like I agree that if there was that one fight, even if it's just us getting to the boat maybe, and it's like, okay, we got there, we're safe, oh no, there's more, that would have made sense. But thank you for the Cedo fight, because fuck that bitch.
I probably would have still gotten rid of like the weird shadow fight and the turtle.
Yeah,
because the turtle is just
it just is thrown there to show that
the Draugr makes sense because it's also supposed to be like the crew that didn't make it off the ship got turned into undead while they drowned, and then they came back up.
That has like lore to it.
Yeah.
The turtle seems like there was a giant sea turtle that when the Tyrant...
Yeah, there's a turtle that lives in the river that happened to be there type thing.
It happened to be killed and then turned undead for reasons. That just seems lame.
Mike?
Kevin kind of stole my stuff there where I said that I thought it was really cool how much work you put into it. I know you took a lot of time to go back, rewrite stuff, and make it fit in such short time frame. And I also thought that you came up with a fitting way to write Helda temporarily out of the story that was different and not just like, oh, I'm just gonna
She decided to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
So that is technically something that happens. Like, that angel does show up, the golem, like, that is a thing that's there. It's just that the assumption is that...
We don't assume.
You are leaving the angel in the trust of one of the NPCs that's there. Like,
not Cedo.
Well, yeah, she's not there. Evney or Iluna, since they're basically the only ones capable right now who are on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's-her-face was there, too.
Kana.
It's definitely with a K.
Klasa. Hassan.
Pillabrant.
Cassin.
No.
Cassin? I need to know, Jay.
There's a picture of it in the chat.
Kellen.
Kellen, yep.
I knew it was K, vowel, letter, vowel, letter.
Those other ones are called consonants.
Yeah, I know, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that was one of the things, like, and also, like, the whole point of, like, listing the stuff was basically to find out if you felt like you missed out on stuff out of the stuff that I removed.
Not really. I feel like that wasn't the point of the story, like tossing in more and more and more encounters. They didn't weigh on it as heavily, and it would have done the thing of, like, at some point it gets tiring of like, we're doing this thing and this thing, like we're just trying to make it to stop this big bad thing. And like, obviously bad shit is happening, but at some point we might have to just forego a fight completely. But we have people that wouldn't be able to do that because of their oaths.
Yeah. Which that's something too, like I think that's also part of why it gets so heavy there too, is because you've got this city basically full of paladins and stuff that are not allowed to leave a battle that has a chance to be won. And this is kind of basically needed to be like, you do not have a chance to win this. Get the fuck out of town. Because that's the only way they really can, is if there is not supposed to leave unless there is no chance of survival. And there would have been no chance of survival staying there. So the next one is, what are your thoughts about the Helda drops?
I think I should have written down some of them to like think back, because I would always forget them the next time something was popping up. And I was trying to like figure some stuff out, and I'm like, I'm just not getting it. Like so many things are just like flying over my head, and I'm like, threads and stuff, like I don't understand. And then when like we found out it was called the needle, I'm like, oh, I get it. Like this makes sense. But I wasn't like, aha, the missing piece. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That
I mean,
makes
obviously
sense.
Kate knew what it was, because I was telling her specifically, and I told her specifically then, I'm like, your needle thing is finally going to show up tonight. You're going to know what the hell it is. David, I think aside from Kate, based on the looks around the table, you're the first one who picked up on it.
You can't see my face.
It was absolutely Kevin
false.
first.
I don't think it was.
It 100% was.
No, because I saw your face as soon as she said it. He mentioned it like 10 minutes later.
I did it in character. So it hit me, and I was like, that's cool.
Like a wrecking ball?
Like a wrecking ball.
It hit me like a wrecking ball.
It hit me, I was like, that's cool. Because we weren't really talking about it.
Well, that's one specific drop.
They're not over. That's my favorite part.
Well, they're not over, but also some of them are over.
But like my favorite part is the fact that
like you basically just talked about the last one that came up.
Yeah. What I was saying, we have like our big ones, and like we get to slowly figure out what those mean.
You talking about your personal ones?
Yeah, like our personal ones. It's to get meta on it a little bit. It's cool that you used them to give us messages from beyond the screen. Like when we're dumb and we make bad choices, and you were like, "Fuckwads, make better choices." And we're like, oh yeah, that's something we can do. Because Helda said it, not because Jay said it. You know what I mean? Also, I love the role play that I got out of it, because Roswin's stupid and I latch on to things. I know we talked about this off of this recording right now, but like I made everything into a Heldasia drop.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time something happened, the something one.
I liked the role play that I got out of Heldasia at Kate because of it. When she would do something, I'd be like, hey, what was that? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then Roswin's stupid, so he's just like, you just said it. How do you not know what I'm talking about? You know?
And we talked about this on the last gas also.
Yeah, we did.
But I really liked it when you started like actually starting to fucking freak out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget what your note said. Like verb. Oh,
that you got fucking like cracked. Yeah, you were breaking.
Yeah, and I mean that's
you're
true.
You're getting tilted.
Like, well, I on a meta side of it, on an out of character side of it, I learned from my own lessons of when Organa did it in Plaguestone. Because there were 2 times when Organa did it in Plaguestone, and we didn't say anything. And like, obviously, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have to play my character this way because I didn't in a previous character. But I wanted to learn from the mistakes of it, because like those drops are really, really good like role play opportunities. And when old new Organa, future Organa did that, we just kind of let it go. No one mentioned after the first time, and the second time it was just like, it was towards the end. I think that's where I get my favorite line, which is "Don't tarry too long." And like nobody said anything. It was just, this happened, and we were like, "Oh, that was weird. We should probably move on." And nobody was like, "Organa, what the fuck?" And I wanted to learn from that mistake, and I think I did by roleplay. The end.
Now, sort of meta here a little bit, Mike. Sorry to interrupt you for this part.
Oh, it's Mike. It's probably not important.
But a number of these also are because of things your characters have done and the actions you've taken. It's like, all right, so if they don't think that they're allowed to do this thing, they're going to miss out on all the stuff that they're supposed to get right here. So I need to find a way in character, in game, to pass them messages to get them to be thinking differently about stuff. So, like the wearing of Erasni's pendants.
That was a good one. That was a real good one. Because, like, I think it was twofold. Because to me, the honoring the dead, was it pay honor?
Pay honor to the dead Red Queen.
Yeah. That not only told me that we should probably be wearing the holy symbol, but it also led to
Show
us
honor to the dead.
show honor. Yeah, show honor. That also led personally to me to feeding the offering plate. So like that was, I don't know if that was your intention for either of them or for either of those.
It was for the offering plate also. Yep.
It was it for both of them? Like wearing it and also the offering plate?
Yeah.
Okay, so that I hit those two beats perfectly then, because I was like, oh, this makes sense. And it stuck in my head, especially after Helda, because you texted me to me, but it was Helda that did it, told me about my gifts. And then I started looking at my inventory. I started looking at my character sheet because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, these mean something. I should pay attention to them as much as Rosvin's personality allows me to. So I appreciate it. And I actually love them. Do you have them all written down? Like, I know that you gave them to Kate, but do you have them written down?
They are on sheets that were by Kate. I don't know if she still has them. They're probably thrown away.
I was going to say, I would love to, like, after this is all said and done, obviously, when they're, like, cleared, and just kind of read them all and, like, have a gas episode or a shots cast about them, what you meant by them and, like, what you wanted out of them and what happened. I think that would have been a cool episode, you know?
Well, I mean, we can still talk about it during gas, but yeah, a lot of it was that, especially because, like, when you guys were in the boneyard, Cosma specifically was worried about wearing the other, like, she worried about wearing Pharasma's holy symbol because of Iomedae.
Yeah.
And obviously Organa didn't have a problem with it because she's wearing one already. You at that point were still finding yourself and you were leaning towards Pharasma more there, so it was a whatever for you. And Kipler was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll wear one. And Chase was not around at that time yet.
Because they left me in a coffin.
He was a dumb bitch wherever he was. So also, I don't think he has a deity.
Chaser does not specifically have a deity.
But yeah, I wanted to tie that stuff in. You definitely took it a little far on the Battle of Three Sorrows one. You're like, oh, that means 3 of you are going to die. It's like, well, that's going a little too on the nose with it. It wasn't saying 3 of them are going to die, but it was just that the Battle of Three Sorrows is basically getting you to, hey, do not go downstairs right now. You need to fucking sleep before going downstairs or you will die. And I really thought you were going to go back to the city, but you didn't. You slept there. And going back to the city was supposed to give you the option to get, like, refreshed items and shit like that, buy potions or whatever. And he's like, oh, we're just going to sleep here and go down in the morning. Like, all right, it's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you.
It worked out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it would have been easier if I would have gotten some, like, magnetic ammunition that affects people that have armor on, like metal armor on.
Okay.
Because that's what I was looking at before I went down the sewers.
Oh,
and I didn't get to do the shopping because of all the bullshit that happened. And also, we had a thing where I did shopping during one of the speeches, like in between the speeches, but we did it off air after that episode.
Yeah.
And in character, we went to the sewers after and found the seal breakers. So I wouldn't have known about the metal users, like the armor users. So it would have been metagaming to buy them afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it would have happened previous to me finding that out. So I was going to go back and get a bunch because we were fighting people in full plate, basically.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But that would have been helpful. But it is what it is.
Mike, you can get to your part here.
I had the Elder Drops are cool and they were awesome when they came true, especially with me using the bolt because I really didn't want to do it because I didn't feel like I had a shot because, I don't think I've ever used a ranged weapon in the campaign to date.
The shot.
But then I, rolled a nat 20 and the creature failed to save, so critically failed to save. So that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So it
was it
all worked
because
out.
of you said it was like a minus something and a minus something. Was it because of the 2 minuses that was a crit fail? Or would it have been a crit fail regardless of if we got the bonuses for the name and him being a follower? I think that was the 2 of them, right?
Me being the followers was
No, getting damage. A critical hit, reduce the save by 1,
and
whispering the name, reduce the save by 1. I think I succeeded on the save, but it was reduced by 1, then reduced by 1 to make it a crit failure.
See, when you said reduced by 1 at first, I thought you meant
reduced by 1 step.
Yeah, I thought you meant like -1. I'm like, that's not that bad.
Oh.
That's not that good. I'm like, just a -2. Helpful, but
yeah, no. The save is reduced by 1 step, which is a
crazy.
big difference.
Yeah.
That's a
very
major
big difference.
difference.
Yeah, that's such a big difference.
I think -2 might get you to fail. -2 steps, like even if he critically saved, he would just fail and suck at life.
Yeah, you were definitely reticent on taking that shot. and Rosman wanted to step up to take it for you, but Helda's just like, no, you're taking this fucking shot. It's like, you're the one who's been saying this thing. It's Iomede's needle. You keep saying about all this shit I told you. I'm guessing I told you for a reason.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear a little behind the screen thing about that?
What's that?
Oh, I
Why
do.
would we ever?
So there's a lot of shit in this book, and when I was building this out and I made those drops, I conflated two different items. Iomede's needle was the ballista bolt. At the time, I thought it was a specific sword that was trying to get Cosma to take a sword because it was Iomede's
That would be
thing.
fucking awesome.
You don't use fucking longswords.
Not true.
You refuse to use longswords.
I like the reach.
I like the reach.
It's helpful in my reaction.
Man, if only you got like a fucking a shifting rune
that you can make it into.
I use that for more damage.
For more damage.
I didn't say it like that.
But anyway, so I conflated those two items, and then it's like after the fact, it's like, oh shit, I didn't need to be trying to force Mike to take this needle at all. And really, even though this needle's here, Rosman probably should be the one taking the shot. But it's like, I already set it in motion. I'm not going to change it now. We'll just see where the dice fall, basically. And they fell on a natural 20. The item I conflated it with was a sword. A sword.
Nice.
Called the Red Quill.
Oh, so there was another magic weapon.
Yes, the Red Quill. A sword of Erasni.
Oh, I don't want that.
Bro.
You didn't know.
No.
So there was an option for the option to be me because it was a sword that I use. I use swords.
It's
and
a rapier.
I mean, yeah, but I could use those. Also, Rosman likes to use new weapons. Like he took the scythe, so it would have been interesting. And it was a Erasni, so I would have.
But you guys didn't go that way because you wrapped around, found Kyoji, and that triggered Kyoji himself didn't trigger the explosion, but that part of the story did trigger the explosion. It's tied to that, not where in the stuff you have. So you did not go the way that would have led you to the Red Quill. Assuming you even found the Red Quill, because it was hidden also.
I so genuinely believed in that Kyoji fight that when I got the one hit on him, that caused some sort of reaction where he was like, I told you I wasn't
barely
fighting
hit.
you.
You think you caused an earthquake?
No, I don't think I caused an earthquake. I think someone
Like a
fighting
strong
him,
word.
he was like, all right,
Like
I
a
tried to
strong
be cordial. Now
You know,
shit's going to go down.
Yeah, so that's how that one played out, basically. That was basically just owning the stuff here. And that pretty much covers that. So yeah, next up is favorite moment.
Honestly, I feel like we kind of listed most of everything at this point, just in conversation. So I don't have much left. It was cool when Chaser could climb really well, and he was useful.
When was that?
No, we still wait. That's book 6. Book 8.
Yeah.
Book 8
That's future Chaser.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
in Plaguestone when he's doing something else. My favorite moment I actually didn't say during the conversation of the redoubt.
I figured because it sounded like you were holding on to it.
It actually was my favorite moment. This is not a pity favorite moment or a obligation favorite moment to not pick myself because that's what I do all the time. But and Jay, you know I've said this to you multiple times. I like when the dice tell the story that we're trying to tell by ourselves. So when Kazuma got the nat 20, that was my favorite moment just because as much as Rosman wanted it, it wasn't his, and the dice proved that. Because I rolled, I mean, it doesn't matter because like chaos theory and all this other bullshit that nobody really can prove, but I rolled afterwards and I think I got like a 3. And it was like, okay, so he got a nat 20. I would have rolled a 3.
It was a 9.
It was a 9.
Yeah, I thought it was a 9, yeah.
So I thought it was a 3, but yeah, I rolled a 9. So it was like, obviously the dice made that choice. And I'm a firm believer of that. And it was my favorite moment because it kind of goes with that
Did
narrative.
you roll twice? Because if you whispered the name, you also would have got
I
the
did.
advantage.
It was low. I think that might have been where the 3 came in because I thought there was a 3, but it was lower. So I know it was lower, and like I would have failed. I think I would have failed, and it just how the story went. Like Rosman wanted it, I wanted it, obviously, because like I'm Rosman, and he took it and he got a nat 20, and it was one of those things where it's like the probability, the statistical
nat 20 on his first roll.
Exactly. But the probability, the statistical anomaly of someone who doesn't shoot bows, aiming this ballista and shooting it at this flying magical undead darkness beast and hitting it perfectly, that we can't create that story. You know what I mean? Like that's not something we can line up and like, we can't tell that story. The dice tell that story. and I thought it was awesome, and I'm proud of Cosmo.
This is where you say I'm proud of Rosvin too.
Oh, he doesn't. I don't need that. Don't do that.
You did that in a different fucking paint party.
Oh yeah, it was to you, right? I was like, this is where you say nice things to me.
I think it was
I
to
was like,
Steve.
yeah, this is where you say nice things.
Yeah, I think it was Steve, honestly. Okay, favorite ongoing joke or prank? Oh, actually, Mike, I didn't let you answer favorite moment.
It's probably a toss-up between
It's
the...
Kyoji.
Yeah, it's a toss-up between Kyoji and the Ballista. They're both pretty fucking awesome.
Like just the Kyoji fight in general, or...
Not the fight necessarily, the encounter, like the role-playing of it and the actual story beats.
Gotcha.
I'm changing mine now to at the end of the Kyoji fight, Mike as Kazuma completely forgetting to grab the weapon he gifted his wife as a wedding present. That's probably my favorite moment. He's like, all right, let's go. And you're like, hey, Mike, aren't you going to take that? The weapon you gifted to your dead wife on the wedding?
He never called her that.
Yeah, he did.
Nope.
Maybe.
Dead wife or
Yeah.
Okay, so now, favorite ongoing joke / prank.
Well, Chaser can't hit shit, but that's not really a joke other than a cosmic one. Bribes are good.
Yeah.
Bribes are good. And Kazuma being weirdly bad at strategy because he's stubborn.
Mine is the Bucket Brigade because they're a fucking joke. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Wasn't
And
a
I'm about to
joke
drop.
or a prank.
If you keep up
It is
stupid,
they're a
if you
joke.
keep up stupid things like that,
There
there's
were-
going to be a mic drop. It's going to
There
be
were a
me
ton of
dropping
jokes
mic.
about them.
No, there are a ton of jokes about you not knowing what a bucket brigade was.
Yeah, because they and I made a lot of jokes about how useless they are because they're stupid. Get a hose.
Both of mine are. I have two because like one I just have to mention, but the other one is like solid. The first is Three Omen because even it transcends the game. Like there are times when I'm typing in Messenger and I'm like I'm trying to say the word three or aisle and I switch them because of that joke. That's a good one. And then also Mike not knowing what a gate is. We mention that often. He doesn't know what a gate is.
The microphone definitely didn't hear it, but I heard it upstairs in the from the bathroom. Mike just yelled "fuck you."
It's just so fucking. That episode's hilarious because Mike doesn't know what a gate is and doesn't know how locks work. That's it.
I know there was one that we were talking about like early on that we all assumed was going to end up being.
It's the we don't assume.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because Clay was the one. I think Clay was the one that said, "Oh, this is going to be everyone's favorite ongoing joke,"
It didn't start in this book though.
or possibly Jay getting a boner for persistent damage.
I thought that was what Mike's was going to be. Honestly,
The boner joke.
yeah.
He's the one that says it all the time. Classic Mike, just always thinking about Jay getting a boner.
And the final question: overall thoughts. Tried to condense into a few sentences.
Good. And liked it.
It was fun, but
That's
I
a few
wouldn't want to do
words.
it again.
Wouldn't want to do
No,
it
it's-
again.
I was just.
I mean, it is Tyrant, so why would you?
Oh wow, that's fucked up, Jay.
I'll give an
actually have an
actual
answer?
answer.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked it. It was nice not everything being just a slog fest of just like throw punch, do this, do that. Okay. Now you go to bed and then you do a ritual and then you do the same thing again. And then you're going to somewhere else. And then like maybe a little bit of story here and there and like, oh, go through these rooms. It was nice getting to explore a larger area and like have other characters pop in and like more story happening as part of encounters.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
In Paint Party 2, I stated that I liked book 2 because it had clear objectives. I liked this book because it didn't have clear objectives. Like it wasn't just go to point A, point B, point C. It was just do what you want and figure things out. That was my next line. We had to figure shit out. I also liked that it was more than just a dungeon crawl, which is what David just said. It had RP and influence system kind of fights. It was very lore heavy, which I liked. And the mystique of the red lights on my sword, that was cool. The end.
You still don't know what those are. All will be made clear eventually.
Oh, I'm also really excited to see if I can find more parts of a woman.
Excuse you?
Because I found her lungs.
So there's like books about that if you need help finding that.
No. That's the one. I really hope I find.
Strangely, that's not one of the bloodstones.
Yeah, I hope there's more. I hope I find them. I hope I can, quote unquote, steal the spotlight and take them because I want to collect them. I hope we find more gates.
More
Just so
gates?
so that Mike has
Oh,
a formidable enemy in the next couple books.
as long as you can identify it.
Yeah.
I know what a gate is.
I don't know. You were pointing out a lot of fences, being like, "Look at this gate here," and it wasn't a gate. What about you, Mike? What are your overall thoughts on the book?
I had a lot of fun. I think Jay's changes were some of the best parts in the book. I don't know if we know all the changes he made, but They were a good time. It focused a lot on me, so that was really cool.
Okay, Kevin.
What was that?
That's him saying it. I didn't get a single book. He got 2. Book 2 with his wife.
Yeah.
Dead wife, Kevin.
Oh, wow. You said dead wife.
I
That's
was mocking you, but I enjoy it. I look forward to more. I'm excited to see how the rest of the Helvetia drops play out, especially with her not being there anymore for the time being.
Some of them are pretty clear, I think.
like our character ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cosmos, where it's like you're gonna have to mourn again, and it's like you're gonna have to mourn twice, and it's gonna be harder. And then we fought his brother-in-law, which is like part of that closure. That's pretty clear. Mine, that's like, hey, there's paths, and you get to take it. No one else does. Good luck. Have fun in book 6 figuring it out finally. Because of everyone to make a very confusing one, you had to pick me because of the Dustwalker thing. It makes sense. I get it. But I also think you personally did it because you hate me. You don't hate anyone. You dislike me and love seeing me in confusing pain of character confusionness. Boom.
I genuinely would need to reread most of her clues of stuff
It's in your
because it
journal.
was like cryptic at first, and then I'm like, I forget all of it now.
You're the conflicted one.
I know. That part
you're
I did
conflicted.
remember.
Maybe someday there's going to be a crypt and you're going to be like, man, I really want to, but I also don't want to. Conflicted. Yeah.
No, that's never gonna happen.
You're never going to become a lawman again, right? Like you can't.
Peace and rage, duty and family, law and chaos, a thin line to walk, too easy to lose yourself. Hold hope, all is not lost. Others cannot walk your path for you, so hold true to yourself. That was yours, David, or
Others
Chaser.
cannot. Oh, he's anger management.
Yeah.
He gets in control of the rage. Him taking moment of clarity is his drop.
And his healing.
Cosma, her soul is free, better yet protected, but your challenges are not yet through. To save the forest, you must fell the tree. You didn't take the lost well the first time. This time will be worse.
Yeah, Kyoji.
Very clearly about Kyoji, yeah. That one put up. Organa, the marked one. Stubborn as ever and equally loyal. Make your melodies joyous and light, for the trials and choices ahead will weigh heavy on your soul. The lady knows your heart, and she is not ready to hear the world's dirge.
That is foreshadowing something that out of character and game we know, which is something happens to Organa to make her Dark Organa. I'm guessing. Like the dirge is when her songs become sad songs.
Well, a dirge is a death song.
Yeah. So it's like, but we know, spoilers, Organa comes back in the future because we did that in the past. So like that kind of made sense to me that I was like, okay, that is the big thing is your like the choice, heavy choices, which means Organa's going to have to choose to become what she doesn't know is Dark Organa that we call Dark Organa, future Organa. So like that kind of made sense to me. That's what I'm looking forward for it to being. I might be wrong, but we're going to see. But that's what popped
Well,
into
I'll
my
give a
head.
little hint. This is one of them that are specific to, we'll say, direct your choices, or in this case, Organa's choices, because of choices that have been made in the past.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to force any changes or anything on anybody,
yeah.
but I want people to be mindful of the drops, especially for their own characters, in order to be able to recognize when the stuff comes up, in order to say what needs to be said or do what needs to be done.
Well, I want to let you know, I'm sorry because I failed you because I completely forgot about that shit in like my my role playing and my choices. Because I thought it was something that was going to happen like automatically, that it would become clear at the end. I didn't think it was like, hey, this is to like kind of help you along the way. I thought it was more like, this is a premonition of what will happen. Look forward to it. So I didn't change any of my choices based on mine.
They're not all about everyone
Yeah.
making choice changes, because
yeah, that's fair.
his wasn't about
Yeah,
making
no, I
any
get- yeah,
any
but-
choices to change.
Yeah.
His was a specific direct warning
Yeah.
of
Kyoji.
Kyoji's here and it's gonna be a bad fight. And it's worse because he wasn't a member of the Whispering Way, especially not the Seal Breakers, the last time that they had encountered each other. And then Rosvin's so many faces, so little time. You will walk a path many desire, but none are able. Memories forgotten, deeds not. You will find yourself again.
Yeah, I got nothing. I did tell you in a gas what I thought it was, but then that's what drew me into a very downward spiral that I'm not going to throw anyone in at this moment. You know what I'm talking about. I was like, oh, I know what I get to do. And you were like, no. I was like, oh, yeah, Pathfinder 2 exists. So, like, spoiler.
That was a fun gas.
That was the best gas, in my opinion. because of the in-character break with Helda's drops. That was an out-of-character break because I recognized two things that I knew the whole time that I didn't know the whole time. And again, not going to spoil. I mean, the two people here wouldn't know about it, so because they weren't in Plaguestone.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, it's not a spoiler anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is because of
Part of it is.
Yeah. So we were doing it. This is for
So,
you two.
Kevin, Kate, and Clay all knew that Vigil got destroyed.
Yeah. Like out of character. Like
None of them remembered, or at least made it. It was like
I got it.
It was like gas, like
60 something,
60 something.
70 something. Yeah.
Kevin's like, wait a second. I'm like, go on.
It was the episode we met Izar.
Yeah.
And the drops, because we were talking about the drops. So it was the episode the drops and Izar. I think it was episode 71. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, it was really cool that I got to see Izar. And then we were talking about my premonition, like the Hell to See a drop. And I was like, oh, paths that other people want to do, but I get to. Oh, killing Tarbafon. And Jay's like, think about that for a second, buddy. And I was like, oh, fuck. So, yeah. Or stopping him. And that's not possible. We didn't do that. We failed. And then also the mindfuck of I have to deal with what happened to my character in the past that made him an alcoholic, which I did in the special.
Yeah. You played out what turned him into an alcoholic.
that really well too. To much chagrin of the other PCs.
Yeah, they're all like, why are you always looking for fucking alcohol?
They were not happy with me. Why are you going for drinks? Micah just died. Why are you not trying to get a drink right now? Spoilers.
What'd you think about the arm hanging on the door? Too much?
I hated it. I personally hated it as a character. As a player, I was like, that's cool as shit. But as a character, knowing what my future is, I was like, man, I got to roleplay this right. And I think I was like, oh, cool, booze. Numb the senses. I actually was thinking of not doing any retributive strikes that episode because I was so out of it.
Yeah.
Because I was so in like deer in headlights, like shock.
Yeah.
And numb that I wouldn't have, like, I was teasing the idea in my head. I was like, listen, like,
in your head.
I'm breaking tenets basically, like, by getting booze instead of going to the fight. I just watched someone I know and care about die. A couple episodes after Cosmo didn't, when his friend was hanging from a way station. So I was like, I got to play this right. And then I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if I just didn't do any reactions. And then if maybe someone in character or out of character was like, hey, you're not using your retributive strike. What's the deal? Well, in character would be like, hey, like, why aren't you protecting us? Like, you know better. Like,
yeah,
remember your training type shit, and then just not respond. Because I think at outside of the tavern, I didn't respond to anyone either. I kind of just did my stuff, and like it was, if I remember correctly, I didn't respond. And I think you even mentioned like Izar has like a look in his eyes like he's got nothing there. And then I was like, we're probably gonna die if I don't block things and take those strikes. Yeah, I mean, we already have one character that just doesn't use his powers, so like I didn't want to be a trope. Yeah, no H. Fuck you, H.
I originally had it planned too that there were like going to be 3 separate parts for the special where you were all like 3 different characters each time. Well,
I was gonna be Izar.
You were going to be Izar. I think the middle one you weren't.
Okay.
Because it was going to be like, so basically I had you guys like leave there, run through, and I said you collected a bunch of people, made it there. I was going to have like part 2 where you guys were collecting people from Brunna's.
Oh, okay.
And like Brunna's was going to be completely destroyed.
Playing.
Yeah, it was going to be different ones that would meet up with you guys, with your part 1 characters eventually.
Probably a poor assumption, but you just didn't want to make 10 characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
15 characters instead of 5. Yeah.
And the time constraint too.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how long this is actually going to take these guys to do.
It would have been cool, but I think it would have, the same reason for us liking you cutting out a lot of the encounters, I think it would have taken away from the urgency if we were switching between characters and doing all this stuff. I think it was perfect, us playing those characters. Oh shit, shit's going down. Moving to the next one, let's save some people. Oh shit, there's an evil that we can't handle. Andrew saving people. Or saving me, I think it was, right? Because I was underneath it. Yeah. I think that was perfect. Timing, urgency, fitting my backstory of being underneath the wagon.
Yep.
Nice touch. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that would have distracted from the point. Having multiple, it would have been cool, but I think the way you did it was better. I prefer it, one would say.
It was also a bit of a pseudo tease into like the all-in system. Gandry going all in to save you at the expense of himself, basically.
Yeah.
But I figured like...
You didn't say anything about that, right?
No,
you
I
just had him do it.
Yeah, I just had him do it. Yeah,
so
that's why it was like a
in
tease
hindsight,
into
it's going to be like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Like he transcended in that last moment and went. Well, actually, he didn't transcend because all in is when you're not transcended. So,
and you know what? Chaser being a dick to him helped get him some points, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but like, Izar had gone through a lot, and that's the thing too. Like, I felt that the arm on the door, I wouldn't know if it was going to be too much or not, but I felt it was necessary, especially because I knew I was cutting a lot of the stuff out, so I needed to use the special to also paint how dangerous a situation this whole thing was. And I felt that I needed to paint how bad things were to get Izar to the point where he went full fucking alcoholic in an instant.
My original plan, and this is just something I don't think I told you before, but my original plan was for it to be slower and to do it towards like the end after I saw all the undead fighting and all the people suffering. But like in that moment, you were like, yeah, he disintegrated except for his arm that's just still sitting there. I was like, that's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else I can see right now that will hit me harder than watching my fellow knight disintegrate without his arm, and it's just sitting there. Like, that, there's just seeing undead is something we would have been prepared for, but like actually seeing someone disappear and have his body part there was like, my choice was like, okay, it's starting now.
Well, like, I even felt it was so important to the plot of it too that I actually made a pre-explosion map and a post-explosion map of that bar.
Yeah, that's the fiery stuff that we had. Yeah.
And all the tables were broken and stuff in there. Like, I made the map, I copied it, and then broken all the stuff and set the fire and shit in there and everything, because I felt that was needed. Like, you needed to see the before and after. You know? Yeah.
Like, if you did just a map and you were like, oh, the description is everything's on fire and broken, it would have sufficed, but it would have been as impactful as seeing the shit change after the explosion. So it was cool. I liked it. And like I said, it was a special, goddammit. Good for you.
It was a very special.
Yeah.
And that was the thing too, like, I wanted to make sure the guy came in, Micah came in and mentioned that Gandry said we need to get this going, because even though he turned himself in and all the shit was going down, he was still doing his duty here and now, because especially since he felt that he had failed already in what he had done.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fail again, so I wanted to make sure that even though some people may have felt that way, Gandry was not a bad person, and he was still...
That's you, David.
...feeling responsible for what was going on. He still felt responsible to protect the city despite everything that was going on.
I think that even sold it for me, too, because it's like, when you're releasing prisoners to help... Like, he was a prisoner. He did it by himself. Like, he's not a bad guy. But when you're releasing prisoners to help with the situation, it's dire enough that you need to put past social norms of prisoner versus free person. Like, you involved people that were safe in a cage, essentially. Kinda.
Nope.
Because the buildings and everything. So they weren't,
He made it to, like, the pre-prison.
Oh, he was in, like...
And it destroyed and he was able to...
He was, like, in the pre-jail.
Well, no, because... In Vigil, they have a jail that is a separate dimension.
They have
it's a separate dimensional jail.
They're all gone now, right?
The door to the dimension's gone. So they're in the dimension, lost forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did we talk about that? How do I know that?
I think I mentioned it.
Did you mention it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I would know it otherwise.
Yeah. There's a dimensional jail in there.
It's like the fucking Phantom Zone shit.
Yeah.
It basically is, yeah.
That's cool as shit that they had that too. Is there more?
More what?
Like dimension prisons? Like, not specifically this one, obviously, because the door's gone, but like...
It's not brought up anywhere that I've seen, but Castle Everstand might have one.
Yeah. So bigger, serious magic areas, like knights and shit like that. Probably.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right.
But I don't know for sure.
Did you have overall thoughts? I know you ran it, but like, what were your overall thoughts of book 3?
I did. I felt I had to do a lot more behind the scenes work in this one, because a lot of the stuff I have to, like, book 1 was pretty clear cut what was going on. I had to do some behind the scenes stuff there for like the different encounters and all that, especially the scriptorium. So good.
That was so fun.
Book 2, I added some stuff obviously for Cosma and shit in there, and had to do some extra work for that one. But this one, just like because of everything that had happened, I felt I needed to add like the drops and stuff. Like that was a thing. It's like, okay, these aren't a thing that are anywhere in there. But like I said, I don't want to take away your character choices and your character freedoms and all that. But at the same time, I feel the need to guide you in certain directions with things. And that's still to come with some of the drops there. And it's going to come much sooner than people know.
That's what they always say.
And I don't know if it'll work still.
Oh, the drops?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I very specifically wrote those drops. Like I took the time to think like, what do I need to say and how do I say it in a cryptic, fucking psychic-ish type way that's going to hopefully pass on the information it needs to pass on and sort of inception a behavior. And I just hope that like by them being dropped in as omens and shit like that and portents and all that kind of shit, that it's especially now that some have come true, that it's like, hey, maybe we need to take the things seriously that has been said.
Well, I'm going to do my best because I always try to.
Yeah. Book four is very different.
I'm actually like hoping and excited for that. Because like with book 2 at the end of it was like, all right, cool, let's go on. And with this, it didn't drag on too late or too long, but
would you say it didn't tarry on?
It did not tarry on. It was just, this was a specific way, and like the differences from book 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3 are so different that I'm excited to see what genre, basically, what kind of book we get next. Also, I'm waiting for the Rosman book. I know it exists because I have to get answers at some point. I'm hoping it's 4. It's probably 6 because of my luck. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you got.
It's a little disappointing that you haven't seen the Rosman touches that have been in every book so far.
I'm bad at this. Rosman touches were in book 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like the red lines. Are you counting that as a Rosman touch?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Like that's cool. But like
your whole directional changed.
Oh yeah, it's fun. But is that huge on you or is that huge on me?
What do you mean huge on me?
Like the directional change of like me going from Pharasma to Erasni.
Why is that huge on me?
I'm saying like what part of this book is a Rosman book? That's like a you thing. Like you made book 2 a Cosmo book by doing the whole wife thing. Yeah. And you made book 3 a Cosmo book by adding his brother-in-law. And it's obvious that it's partially a Cosmo book because it's visual and he's a Knight of Awesome.
Yeah. So and like the needle thing at the end and all that.
Yeah, that makes and I'm not saying anything bad about that. Like that's fine. But like you said, oh, there's a lot of stuff that happened to Rosman and like the red lines, I'll give you that. That's cool and I'm really excited to see what that's about. But like the change in Rosman was a Kevin doing that change to Rosman. It might have been like Inceptioned.
Was it?
I don't know. We're going to find out. It gas when I ask you the question that I already have listed in there. But like, yes and no, because like it was my decision based on it was your Inception. It was my decision based on your drops. Honor the Red Dead Queen, and I started doing that.
Red Queen.
Red Dead. She's red.
She's the Red Queen who is dead.
Who is dead. So she's the dead
She's
Red
not the
Queen.
dead queen who is red.
But like it was my decision. It was just kind of like the idea was planted there. But like that's like a me thing. Like that was me making those changes. Even if you did spark the change, it was me making those changes. Because I could have just been like, no, fuck that drop. I don't like it as a Rasni. That's it. A Rasni. And I could have just ignored it. But like I went with it. So like that was my question of like what drops in like book 2.
Oh, and some of the other ones you didn't see.
I didn't get to do stuff,
because there's
right?
secret perception checks that other people got that they did not share with you.
Like what?
Can't tell you.
Oh, you can't. Yeah. Oh man, what did I not see? That's a really stupid question to ask. What did I not see?
Tell me the thing that I didn't notice.
Book 2. Yeah, I got nothing. I want to know who my parents are.
I know.
I don't have parents, but I want to know who like created me.
I know.
It was Pharasma. Right? It had to be Pharasma because that's who makes Duskwalkers.
Incorrect.
No, I thought.
Didn't Pharasma wasn't a specific thing that
it's a
he wasn't made normally by them?
2 psychopomps were the originators of the Duskwalkers.
Yeah, but like it's Pharasma that does it through the psychopomp.
No, the psychopomps created the
so like
Duskwalkers.
It's not a deity thing.
No, the psychopomps created Duskwalkers.
Yeah, but how does a Duskwalker get made?
What do you mean?
when a mommy psychopomp and a daddy psychopomp.
No. So I always thought that it was Pharasma that made me, but it was like obviously a psychopomp did it, like took the soul, the piece of the soul, and then made a Rosvin. But I thought it was like at the command or at the will of Pharasma, and that's.
If she's like, "Hey, turn this one," they're not going to be like, "Nah, brah."
So it is possible
Pharasma.
that Pharasma
could have a hand in it.
All right, I thought it was a Pharasma thing because it's like the cycle of life and death, and she's the Lady of Graves, and like I thought it was because they're technically an abomination, right? Because they go against the laws of like nature. They're not.
No.
They're not.
Psychopomps, or not psychopomps, fucking...
Not like the same kind of abomination,
Duskwalkers
but like...
literally die and are reborn.
Yeah.
They are the
so like...
They are the example of the cycle of death and rebirth.
All right, that's fair. I was thinking more like because they can, from my understanding, they can never die.
Specifically to take out... Because
it's like a soul, right? It's a piece of a soul. Because even when we did the playing with ourselves...
Yeah.
Where he's a Duskwalker. It was like, who was his name? Tarklov or something?
Tarkov Dirge or something like that.
Tarko Dirge.
Tarklo Dirge.
But like, his soul was a part of like someone, it was like Tarkov instead of Tarklo.
No, it was a different Dirge, basically.
It was different. Yeah. But like
his father or like his progenitor, basically.
But it was a piece of his soul.
Yeah, it's basically a new genetic version.
It's a clone almost.
A modified clone, so to speak.
Because they can be different ancestries, right? Like I'm half elf, but like my previous one could have been half dwarf because it's not the body that matters; it's the soul because it's just a part of the same soul.
I think they rebirth as the same ancestry.
Oh, I thought they didn't. Like I thought I read that it doesn't. Like you can pick whatever; it doesn't matter. You're half that and half Duskwalker essentially.
Well, any ancestry can be made Duskwalker.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
If it's in a
chain of command,
a progenitor type thing, like from down the line, like all the dirges would have been human or whatever the hell he was, basically.
All of the, let's say, Rosvins are half-elf Duskwalkers.
Essentially,
assuming that there are previous and futures, like all blah, 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 they would all be half-elf because it's me.
Yeah.
Just reborn with part of my soul.
Yeah.
Different person, kind of. I got you.
Yes, Kevin. You will find your answers eventually. But yeah, book 4, like I said, is going to be different. Very much so. I'm not necessarily fond of the layout and setup of book 4, but I understand why it's set up the way it is. I have a feeling book 4 is actually going to be relatively quick. And there are things that I already know that I'm changing for book 4 also.
Nice.
But book 4 is going to have some major events happen, and one of them is going to be pretty much instantaneous almost right from the get-go, so that should be fun.
That's exciting.
Like episode 1 of book 4 / season 4, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Episode 1, we level up immediately.
Well, I mean, you are leveling up. That's definitely happening. But you don't level up again.
It's all those undead sea turtles we fight on the way.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
That's why we level up so quickly. It may seem like we level up fast,
well,
but
I mean, actually, it depends. It might not be immediate because little minor spoiler here. You guys do have like a 2-hour trip to get where you're going yet. So
2-hour trip.
Unless everyone just decides to not roleplay at all and we just skip to the point where we get where we're going.
We discussed this today. I am absolutely roleplaying on that 2-hour boat ride. Just so you know.
Yeah, book 4 definitely going to be much different than book 3. Book 3 took a lot of episodes also. It was like 30-something, I think it ends up being. Like 33 maybe, something like that. I don't remember when book 4 stopped, or 2 stopped, but...
71 was, I believe, the first episode of book 3.
All right, so so definitely 30-some. I doubt book 4 is going to get into the 30s.
Jeez.
Like, I can see that being... depending on how things go, of course, I can definitely see that potentially only hitting like 20 episodes maybe. But that does seem like a good place to wrap this up. If you are listening to these live as they come out, there will be a gap, I think, after this one.
Yeah, we do it after.
It is okay, yeah. There's going to be a gap after this one. Nice little break for people to catch up for the end of the book before we start book 4. If you're picking this up well into the future of when it releases, you can just get to the next episode right away, episode 104.
Yeah, welcome.
104?
You're good. You're doing great.
I believe,
yeah, I think it'll be 104, yeah. So yeah, until next time, and even though this isn't the proper show we usually do this for,
yes,
I'm Jason.
I was hoping.
I'm David.
I'm Kevin.
Mike.
Mikey McMikerson.
Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Tyrant But Deadly is a production of Called Shots Entertainment. Pathfinder and the Pathfinder Adventure Paths are property of Paizo Inc. Music by Dark Fantasy Studio. You can visit our website at calledshotsentertainment.com, where you can also find links to our various social media pages and production outlets. You can also stop by our Discord. We'd love to chat. If you like what you hear, please consider sharing us with your friends and sharing a rating wherever it is you listen to podcasts. For Called Shots Entertainment, I'm Jason. See you next time.